Just in time for the Super Bowl, we are going to be making a maple bacon chicken wing. We're going to use the Weber Kettle, and we're going to get those started right now. So we'll start with, my name is Brad, and again, this channel is about me learning how to barbecue and utilize the kettle. I really love that barbecue. I got it for $30 on Facebook Marketplace, and it's something that I've used a lot of. So let's just jump into it. It's the maple bacon barbecue chicken wing, just in time for Super Bowl, and we'll get this started right now. I got these chicken wings on sale, and I know almost $10 for a pack, which is 2 pounds, so it's $5 a pound. Might not be a sale from where you are, but they are fresh chicken wings. And I kept the tips on. I bought them, saves me a little bit of money, but then it also allows me to cut that off, put it in the freezer. So next time I'm making a soup, which I would not post onto this channel because it's not barbecue related, I have all of these extra wing tips that are gonna add a ton of flavor. So the first thing we'll do is we're just gonna pat this dry.
Just to remind you to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you're enjoying it so far.
I will slow down to explain. So for this one, you're just going to flip it over and cut where the joint is. And then for here, same thing, you can kind of see where the joint goes. And just kind of cut down there. And you have your split wings, and it's been separate. So that's a good way that you can save money as well. So I'll go back to speed it up so you don't have to see all the boring stuff, and then we'll get these wings seasoned.
I didn't actually speed this up. This is as fast as I cut chicken wings. I'm just joking, obviously. I speed it up just so that you guys don't have to watch all the boring stuff, or I just don't want to cut it out so that you don't see all the steps. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Like the video.
Okay, so you'll see we have the wing tips here, which will be good for the soups, as I mentioned. And then I have the drumsticks here, and then I have the flats parts here. I just like to keep them separate, so when I'm putting them on the barbecue, it's a little bit easier, but you definitely don't have to do that. So let's get these things seasoned up now, and I'm gonna put these into a bag. That way they'll stay safe in the freezer. Okay, so now for our seasoning that we'll season the wings with, we have our granulated garlic. I will do 1 tablespoon of that. And then I have my granulated onion. I will do 1 tablespoon of that. I always like the onion and garlic, doesn't mean you have to. And then I'm going to use the black pepper. It's just Costco brand, doesn't really matter. This is a little bit coarse of a pepper. You can kind of see it a little bit. And I'll use 1 tablespoon of that. So we'll just stir this around a little bit. And then you'll see kind of it mixes up a little bit. I am going to do the salt separately because you don't want to over salt. Chicken wings, you have a little bit of forgiveness. Because whatever extra is just gonna kind of burn off. It smells good already. And because there's no salt in this little mixture here, you don't have to worry. Over salting is something that you don't want to do, but with this, because there is no salt in it, it's pretty forgiving. Whatever is extra is just kind of going to burn off. So let's just let these sit, and then we can get the kettle all fired up. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a mix. So it's gonna be mostly the briquettes because I don't want it to get super hot. I'll throw in a little bit of lump charcoal just to get the heat consistent and higher. I'm gonna put one piece of wood actually, so that has a little bit of smoke. And I'm actually not gonna put that in the chimney when I'm lighting it. I'm actually gonna put it right into the barbecue. And this will be my setup. I'm using the Vortex. And you want to take if you get the Vortex, you want to get the one the grate that doesn't have the cover or has the removable one, because the flames and the heat that comes off of that will not be very friendly to the grate if it was covered. So when I'm using the Vortex, I take the middle part out. That way I don't have to worry about anything burning, except maybe the inside of the lid of the Weber, but we'll have to see. I just make sure the vents are open, and then I'll stabilize it. The main goal will be for us to maintain 350 to 400 degrees until we get an internal temperature on the wings of about 165.
Gotta love the rusted out chimney, but it works.
And this is the hack to get it started that I use. Not everybody does, but I like to. So what I found the last time was when I dumped the whole chimney into the Vortex, it wasn't quite enough charcoal and stuff. So I just added a little bit more of the briquettes and the lump charcoal. And then I will grab a piece of wood and just kind of put this in here. I know that's gonna just catch fire. It's not really gonna smoke, but again, it's just to add a little bit of heat and a little bit of smoke. So we are hoping that's going to turn out well. That's the chimney. Just started it, so that's all the smoke coming out, so that's good. And there's Riley just chilling. He must like the smell. He knows what's coming. Now that the charcoal is getting ready on its own, why don't we start by rationing out or portioning out the ingredients for the maple bacon sauce. So the recipe calls for 1/2 tablespoon of garlic. I like garlic, so I figured just use 2 cloves, chop it up super fine so that it kind of just caramelizes and goes into the sauce. And then we want 1 small onion. Again, same thing, finely dice it. 1 pound of bacon that we will chop into small pieces. That way, when we cook it, it will go into small pieces, but it won't disappear. And then we're going to be using 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I know this is yellow, but that's all I had. And then 1/4 cup of maple syrup. The cool thing with YouTube is you don't have to sit there and watch me cut up everything. Just with the snap of a finger, and just like that, everything is done. The garlic finely minced, the onion chopped up fine as well, the bacon I've sliced up, and then that's your 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 1/4 cup of the brown sugar, which yes is yellow sugar, and then 1/4 cup of the apple cider vinegar. So let's get this all started to make the sauce. So let's get this started on the stovetop. Okay, so the charcoal is good and hot. Give it a little, ooh. So let's get this into the Vortex. I think this time I actually put too much. There we go. So just let this even up and heat. The top vent is open and the bottom vent is wide open as well. So we'll just let that get to temp. The kettle is good. It's rocking 460, which is a little hot, but whatever. We'll just get the chicken wings down a little bit faster. So let's take this outside. Yes, I have kids. And we're at the baby stage. So, kids. So, these are the wings. It's at 478. So I did close the vent a little bit, so that will lower the temperature. Those are the wings, and that is the kettle. So let's get them all ready. Okay, so let's get these closed up and we will check back in about half an hour. Put that in there just so I can check the temperature. Won't be consistent, or it won't be 100% accurate, but it'll be good enough. So I had to go out and actually go pick my kids up from school because one of them was sick. So I left. Temperatures got quite high, and again, part of the whole learning thing and me being real, and if there are mistakes, I'm going to actually leave them in a video. So I didn't get a chance to make the actual sauce, so I'm going to put the wings, which are probably overcooked, but what can you do? So we're going to wrap it in foil. I'm going to put it into the oven so the wings will still stay warm, and I haven't lifted this, so I have no idea what we're dealing with under here. It's been about an hour. About an hour, so I'm guessing that they're overcooked. They might be perfect, but either way, the sauce isn't done, so the recipe so far has not been perfect. But again, this is all about me learning and me teaching people through my mistakes. So right now the temperature is at 450 degrees. The recipe actually calls for 350, so let's see how kind of this takes. They want the internal temperature to be at a minimum 165 with wings because there's the bone and the fat, and it's dark meat. It's a little bit more forgiving, so let's kind of see what we are dealing with. So wings are dark, a little bit burnt, but they should be okay still. Very crispy. I will just probe it pretty quick. Crispy on the outside, and then the inside, oh yeah, bumping 200 degrees. So yeah, not quite as planned, but what can you do? Stuff happens. So there's the wings. They are dark, but we will wrap them up and let's see what they look like after.
Bacon. It's my favorite. Little trick, done. Can't get faster than that. If only you could cook bacon that fast all the time. Pull out some of the extra. I clean the pan, pour the bacon fat back in, and then stir it around, get the oil or the bacon fat, get it all nice and hot. Move over, add the onions. Mix that around a little bit, get them to become a little soft, and add in the garlic. That way it just gets fragrant. And then at this point, we'll add the bacon back and mix it all together. So far, this is about like 20 minutes in so far, and then I added the rice vinegar and then the maple syrup and then now the brown sugar. Give that a little stir, and then we will just kind of cover it up. I really wish I left it at this point, but I don't. I went away, I came back, and it is burnt.
So yeah, let's get the wings. We'll dump them in. And then the recipe calls for a tablespoon. It's a sticky sauce. They give the warning that it is a sticky sauce. So let's just put this out of the way. Grab some tongs. So we will we have one sauced up. We will see how it tastes. So let me just put these out of the way. So we'll just see how these taste. I personally would not make these again. The flavors are like, not the best. You can tell it has the apple cider vinegar coming through. The maple and the bacon is a good flavor. I did burn the actual sauce. So I overcooked the chicken wings, burnt the sauce. So this is all about making sure when you are barbecuing or making sauce, you don't leave things too long. Today was just one of those days, but at the same time, not all of my things are gonna turn out well. And that's why you're gonna wanna follow me, because there's gonna be chicken wings like this where, you know, it took about an hour and a half to do, and it was kind of a waste of time. But at the same time, it's out there. These maple bacon chicken wings, I would probably just stick with normal chicken wings sauced in a barbecue sauce, but we'll try other ones because I am curious to see how they will taste. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you liked the video also and you want to see more of them, subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post new videos. These videos are just gonna uncover what it's like to barbecue on a Weber kettle. So I wanna do all the cooking on the Weber kettle, and it's all about learning. So thanks for watching, and until next time.